So here we are, 2025 April. It's the 21st at the time of this video, and I have not placed a single withdrawal for this year. I knew somebody who was in trading at the time, so they introduced me into it, and I was like, look, I know where you live in. If you try to rob me, then I'm gonna find you. So what I got to lose, right? And with every single soul in trade, just keep in mind, you're human. You know, you can't do anything once you enter the trade. Once it hits your stop loss, once it hits your take profit, there's nothing that you can do after you click buy or sell. So just love it. It can happen anyways. Like losing, I'm being honest, losing makes winning feel better. You know, you journal. Yes, it's very important to journal. I can't stress that enough. Alright, so welcome back to another video, and it's currently a brand new week, Monday, and it's also Easter Monday. So if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. And the trade that we were holding from last week, Friday, actually hit TP on Sunday's open. Well, a little bit after Sunday's open, sometime about 10 p.m. last night. And as you can see there on the screen, yeah, we had full TP, and we don't have any trades as yet, even though price action still is pretty bearish and I might have caught a move. But regardless, that's not the reason why I actually decided to open the camera. Today, even though it's a trading day, is one of those days where we have a talk, and I might be talking to someone. Somebody else might be able to get some value out of this video, but for the most part, it's just me talking to myself out loud. You know, there's a benefit of me being able to record it and watch it back. And I just want to put the harsh truth out there, right? And to some extent, it might also help someone who might be going through a similar period in their trading career or the trading journey. So here we are, 2025 April. It's the 21st at the time of this video, and I have not placed a single withdrawal for this year. Like, yep, not one. Not on a personal, not on a prop, not on anything, bro. I have not withdrawn any funds. It's just been deposit, fund, lose, repeat. And to be honest, is the first time I'm able to record or document this stage in my journey. It's not the first time I've gone, months in trading without withdrawing. In the first couple years I've been in trading, for the first year and something, I didn't withdraw while I was in trading. I didn't even know it was possible. I just started trading. I knew somebody who was in trading at the time, so they introduced me into it, and I was like, look, I know where you live in. If you try to rob me, then I'm gonna find you. So what I got to lose, right? He didn't actually make any withdrawals either. We were both walking on faith. I just had more faith in he than he had in anything else. But long story short, I made my first withdrawal a little bit over a year after, and it was just like $100. But it wasn't, the amount didn't matter. It wasn't anything to do with the amount. It was the feeling, the fact that this is possible, the fact that I spent a year and a half of my life learning a skill that I really and truly didn't even know would actually pay me in real life, real funds. I mean, maybe in the States, your environment would have your mindset accustomed to these type of things, internet money, YouTube, AdSense, and these type of things, getting paid from TikTok and other social media platforms. That's something that's a little bit taboo in the society, at least in Guyana. I don't know if the rest of Caribbean, most of the Caribbean up to date, right? And Guyana is up to date as well. It's just that I really can't explain this. I really got nothing to explain and say about Guyanese. We just little bit backwards. If you Guyanese and you're watching this, you know what I mean, right? You can't really object to it. We're a little bit backwards. But to hear somebody making money off of trading and to actually do it for yourself and see it reflect in your bank account, that was me. That was the drive. That was all I needed. I didn't care about the amount. I just was like, all right, just put the amount and the money to side for right now. Let me learn this because it's possible. It works. All I need to do is learn it, right? Fast forward to today, After I became profitable, I cannot recall the last time where I was actually not withdrawing for at least more than 2 months. You know, every month, every other month, sometimes maybe once or twice, 3 months. You know, I would hit on the third month, I would still place a withdrawal, and I wouldn't have to try to make up for anything. You know, it would be enough. On a monthly basis, it always fluctuates. It's never something constant. But I take pride in living a very minimalistic lifestyle, not because I choose to from the inception, don't get me wrong, but because I have to, right? Because this is how I grew up. So it's easier for me to live within this, I want to say, means, and, you know, still be able to do the things that I want to do. I could take a step up, but then I might, you know, limit myself as in what I'm able to do. So I'm good with where I'm at. I'm good with the amount that I'm making. I'm good with the way that I'm compounding and growing. But these things happen. So I just really wanted to create a video to let somebody else know as well that it happens and these times will pass. I have been profitable now for approaching 3 years. It's been two years and change. And during that 2 years and change, I haven't gone more than 3 months, like I said, without a withdrawal. That doesn't mean that I don't know how to trade. It's just trading. The results will fluctuate. You will not be able to achieve one fixed percent every month. If you are, then that's very robotic, and that's, I don't even know how to call it, because the market just won't give you that, you know? So that's the side part. You don't need to fight to actually make a fixed percent or make a fixed amount every month. Yes, you can have like a minimal amount, you know, what is good enough to cater for all your bills, was good enough to, you know, make sure you survive and live for the month until whenever else. Then yeah, you can aim for that, but realistically, sometimes you're gonna 10 times that. Sometimes you're gonna fall short by half, or you might only make quarter of your aim. But those months where you 10 times it, you know, it's gonna make up for it. So you won't really feel it as much. But one very, very important thing that we all have to keep in mind during drawdowns, losing streaks, or periods where you're just not having any withdrawals. Like, you are human, right? You will make mistakes, you will lose, you will take losses. You know, circumstances or situations will happen in life that you will not be able to predict. And the most we can do is control the way we react to it. I've been telling myself this for months now, right? It's not something that I've learned since the beginning of my trading journey or since the start in life. This is all new. This is all uncharted water, bro. Even when I make it to my 7th year, I'm going to be learning something new as well as my, I don't know, 10th year or 20 years into it. The point is, you're human, so don't beat yourself up too much, but take your results serious. Take yourself serious. Take your discipline serious. Hold yourself accountable when you need to. And with every single soul in trade, just keep in mind that you're human. You know, you can't do anything once you enter the trade. Once it hits your stop loss, once it hits your take profit, there's nothing that you can do after you click buy or sell. So just slow it. It can happen anyways. Another thing that I really wanted to remind myself, and also, you know, fill anybody in if they haven't gotten to that point as yet where they're consistently making withdrawals. When you have withdrawn more money than you have deposited in your time trading, you will feel bad now. It will hurt, you know, but just remember that the losses are what makes the wins even better. Like, losing, I'm being honest, losing makes winning feel better. It makes it feel much better. I don't care who you are, what you've been through, how much money you have right now, but I can guarantee for a fact that if you were born rich and you got even richer, then you do not feel the same way as someone who was not rich and became rich. Someone who didn't have it and now got it. Someone who built their way up out of whatever situation they were in. And that, in a sense, could show you how the losses in trading will make you feel better. I know for a fact, bro. I was just telling you about the $100 withdrawal. At that time, withdrawing $100, I was probably 1,000 down, right? but it didn't matter. That one little win, a win of 10% of the losses that I have already, of the losses that I've already suffered, right? Make it sound like I losing a friend or family member. Anyways, the losses that happened, I only got 10% of that, but the feeling was more than 1,000% better than the 10 losses or the $1,000 that I had before. It was definitely more than 10 losses, but hey, just what would you like? The point is, winning will not feel the same. It will still feel good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you who have, you had a rich life and you're even more rich now, I'm not saying you don't feel good, but you don't get me wrong, right? But I'm just saying that somebody who didn't have that much, even if you don't come from a poor background or come from the lowest point, right? Regardless of where you're starting from, if you didn't have something to begin with, if you lost something and you're getting it back, bro, come on. It's better than if you just had it and you just keep going. You don't fail. You don't have them periods where you feel like quitting, where you're in the shower with your full clothes on and you're sweating, but you're still bathing. And you get the point, right? Losing, just look at your losses and say like, good. Like, you building me up. You say, I taking this loss and I ain't take it like a man. I ain't take it in the chest. You say, but when it's time for I eat, we can see who has the last laugh. You take it for now, right? You take it for now. Just remember though, losing makes the winning feel better. So the losses and the wins will only matter on an extended period of time. For the day, losing or winning doesn't matter. I'm being honest. Today itself, tomorrow, the next day, it doesn't matter. For the whole week, it matters a little bit more. For the whole month, it matters. For the quarter, that's where I'm focusing on now, right? Losses will happen, wins will happen, but my results are not for that week. If I tell you this whole week is L, that's fine. I could take 3-4 L's this week, whap again for Skilly Bag. But if next week I end up taking 10 wins, then am I a bad trader? Do I know how to trade because of this 10-week win? What happened to last week when I take 4 losses? You see, so it's better to just zoom out, take a broader approach, and accept wins and losses as what it is. One great way to do this is through backtesting. You journal. Yes, it's very important to journal. I can't stress that enough. Every trade you take, journal it. It will do something to your psychology, but more so backtesting your strategy, especially with what going on with Trump and all these tariff wars and what's not. In times of losing, in times of drawdown, in times of months where you're not withdrawing squat, backtest. Because at least for me, I started to lose some confidence in the strategy. I started to feel like, I know what's going on already, just guessing what's going on, and I was very lucky for an extended period of time, right? I doubt is option B, but hey, we gotta explore it, because when your psychology ain't up top there, I can be going in 10-40 trades that I would not go in if my psychology was good right now. So I wouldn't put anything past me saying something bad to myself, me trying to doubt myself, me trying to reinforce negative thinking, because backtesting now would eliminate that. Backtesting would build the confidence back in your strategy, the confidence that you had from the inception to purchase that funded account or to deposit some funds into your personal account, right? Backtesting is what made you say, okay, I've done this for this month or these couple months, and I've applied this same strategy only once I've seen this, then that. And I've seen the results. I've seen it play out over and over and over and over. I've seen what happens when I avoid trading as long as my confirmations or my rules aren't met. And this happens, so I have the conviction, I have the confidence to enter a trade, to hold the position, whether it's stop loss, whether it's take profit. I just have that confidence. But as long as I'm taking L after L after L after L, now my mind sees a setup that isn't 100% with my strategy. It doesn't conform with my rules. I'm gonna be afraid. That's number one, and I might even take it, right? Even when I see a setup that is more aligning with my strategy, I'm going to be afraid to take it because I've been losing, because I haven't withdrawn, because I may be in drawdown. And that will affect your trading. It's like you just doing bad to do more bad. Instead, do good. You have a bad, fine. You have losses. Remember, you cannot avoid them. You cannot avoid them. And nobody thinks of losses as good. I just try my best to explain why losing would make it feel better to win. But in the reality, losing itself does not feel good. It's just that the losses make winning feel better. But the losses itself don't feel good. Right? When you having them right there, and then I would like to be right. Right? I would like to take losses, yes, but I would like to take losses when I'm so right that wrong ain't even really wrong to me. It's like just a little break. You see? All we want to get to the point, but none of us will get to that point if we keep allowing the losses to affect us. We gotta build we strength by using the losses first. Instead of trying to build we strength by using the wins. No, use the losses to build your strength. So when the wins come, they don't affect you. It's not that you build the wins so when the losses come, they don't affect you. No. Reverse the matic. Do the losses. Get accustomed to the losses. If you don't take a loss in a week, feel bad. Feel like something is wrong. Feel like you need to punish yourself. That might be a little bit too much. But you get the point, right? Back test to build the confidence so that the losing doesn't have to keep extending. You might be missing something in your strategy, in your execution, in your confirmations that when you back test, you remember, be like, oh, this is it. I've been doing this wrong. I've been jumping in too early. I've been, just trust your buy with this one, bro. Trust your buy. This is things that I doing. I literally write it down. I got them little points in front of me so I remember, and I'm applying this and I'm seeing it working. So I'm just sharing what's going on, bro. Nothing indifferent between me and you. Might just be name, might just be if you think you seeing something different, but in reality it might be the same thing, bro. Alright, so that's a terrible way to explain. The point is, me is the same, nothing different from me, bro. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do it, I can do it. It's like the right fair game, right? And I've written this down, I've seen it play out, to seeing the benefit of it in my journey itself. So why I can't share? If you see it and you think it's something that could apply to your own strategy and help you, then please do so, bro. Come back and tell me in the comments that it worked. And I ain't just talking to my camera like a mad man, brethren. Any whoozle. The next very, very important thing, which is it comes into play with back testing and your psychology and everything, but it should be obvious that you need to lower your lot size. Psychology, backtesting, all of the ain't gonna matter if you don't feel comfortable whenever you're in a trade. If your emotion, right, not your actions is you just clicking a button. That's the simple part. That's the very, very simple part. But your emotions, right, you also need to control that. And you will not be able to control that if your lot size is too large. It's point blank. Point blank. No matter with how far you're aiming, no matter with how far your stop loss is. If your lot size is too large and every time you open a position, you feel like you're sweating when the place is still cool. Your heart got like 1,000 beats per second. Or your whole body just vibrating like you got Alzheimer's or what's called the thing? Muhammad Ali and them, the shaking. Parkinson's. I apologize for the craziness of this video. You're probably watching and hard to keep on track, but hey. So it's also hard for me to stay on track. But lowering your lot size really changes the game. You are able to backtest more confidently. You're able to forward test more confidently. You're able to hold your trades. You're able to journal your real emotions, not your panic emotions, not your fear emotions, not your greed emotions, your real emotions, because you're just observing the trade. You don't mind losing or winning at a smaller lot size. So the thoughts that would be in your mind when it goes close to take profit or to stop loss or just goes up and come back to your entry, it's not there anymore. Like, we really overlook how important it is to just observe. And in order to observe, we need to disconnect. How can we disconnect and still be there? Demo trade or reduce your lot size. But I'm allow you to go ahead and check it out for yourself. You know, try it out. Even if you get another account just for the sake of trying, bro. Trying is what got you here. Do not underestimate when people tell you to just try things. But I used to seeing the same over and over things, the cliche things. Yeah, you just like me. Nothing different from you and you. If I could do it, you could do it. Just apply proper risk management. Just do this. Lower your lot size. And is everything people saying over and over. But is the people them who actually in the position saying it, you know? The people them who actually doing it saying it, you know. So why, I don't know if it's me alone, but sometimes we just feel like we know better. We always know better. No matter what somebody tell we could do it the other way anyways, which is fine, but make sure you at least learn how to do it before you try doing it another way. So if this is what people telling you to do, lower your lot size, brethren. One more thing I wanted to touch on for this video that is very, very important for when you are in a drawdown, a losing streak, or just going through a rough time in your trading journey. And that is the importance of having a community. Like, I really and truly can't stress it enough. Even though them guys in the community just roast the living shit out of me when, you know, I take continuous losses, I need that. I need a group of people who actually understands what it feels like to be in a losing streak. You know, people who can actually laugh at me and with me once I take a loss, rather than, you know, people who can patting me up and be like, oh gosh, you should stop trade, or, you know, oh shoots, you can make the back, or sorry for your loss, or I don't know what to say. Or no, laugh it off. Don't make me feel extra bad for losing. I already lost the money. Laugh, you know, call me liquidity. Send some meme or something that makes me like, ah, right, good, all right, cool. I'm gonna catch you back. I gonna wait, you know. I'm gonna trade back and send that TP so I could send an emoji back. Like, wait, I got to say no, you know. You know, bro, come on, buddy. That community is, it do more than just when you're losing, you know. Because when you're winning, you can share in there too, and it's like a group of like-minded individuals who nobody is not gonna be like hating on you, like, hey, what you doing for get the money, or give me some of the money, or where you living so I can find your address and rob you. No, these people, and that the last one is real, but these people actually supporting you and be like, yo, big dog, big bag, you know, withdrawals today, withdrawals Friday, we send we screenshots or we record it, wherever the case is, they're there to support you, buddy. If you have a withdrawal, there's gonna be somebody in that group that has a withdrawal with you. If you take losses, there's gonna be somebody in that group that has a loss with you. So at the end of the day, you're really and truly not alone. And maybe persons in the States, you have much more options when it comes to communities and, you know, actual traders that are sharing the journey and stuff like that. But for the rest of the world, we limited. So we could use all the company we could get, man. And hopefully, just by being around each other and supporting each other through these times, we can all make it through it, man. And we can be able to look back once we start winning and really, you know, smash back the like button on this video when we were reminded that losing does make winning feel better. So hang in there, man. You already made it this far, so why give up now? Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Definitely can catch y'all in the next one. If you made it this far, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.